Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much for joining me today in this live podcast entitled, Why is an Ounce of Prevention Worth a Pound of Cure? This is just a wonderful saying that we should all think deeply about and even teach our children this. Now, my mother, who's listening today, God bless her for all of her support throughout my entire life. I will be forever thankful for her. And one of her greatest words of wisdom, which she repeated, I'm sure, thousands of times during my life, and maybe at least 10 times in the last week, is prevention. Prevention, prevention, prevention. And then, of course, if we talk about cars, she's going to talk about maintenance, maintenance, maintenance. But she's exactly right. And she tells me that I need to be speaking more to my clients about prevention. And I tell them there's no interest in prevention. I'm not going to get many people signing up for my webinars and my podcast with the word prevention. It's just not interesting. It's not exciting. Now, you talk about pain, I'll get people showing up. You talk about weight loss, people will show up. Those are the hot ones. So, by that point, you're overweight. By that point, you already have inflammation and pains. You've already got the problem. The alarm has already gone off. The fire's already taken place. The damage is already done to some degree, and now you're looking to reverse it. That's not prevention. What else is not prevention? Going to the doctors and doing checkups is not prevention. I mean, they're looking for medical conditions in the early stages. When you do a colonoscopy, they're making sure there's no polyps or tumors in there. But they're not preventing colon cancer. They're only trying to get it in the early stages or catch your blood sugar in the early stages before it's too high or you've had it too long. Same with your hypertension to detect it in the early stages before, it progresses and gives you a stroke or kills you. That's all your medical checkups are doing. Medical checkup is not prevention. So what is prevention? I think that's a very good question. Prevention is being proactive, doing something before the health problem comes. And we're going to talk about things that you could do to be preventive. We're going to talk about what you could do to improve your memory now before you you have memory issues or dementia. What you can do now for your strength and your energy, your nutrition. What you could do even for your liver to improve your liver function. There's many things that you could do to be preventive. For example, I always try to drink some of a bag or so of my prostate tea every couple months. I don't have any prostate problems. I don't urinate at night. I don't have enlarged prostate. I don't have inflammation of the prostate, but I still drink a bag of this tea at least every 2 or 3 months. I always. We make a big batch and we make 15 bags and there's only a half a bag left, the staff know, just give it to me. And then I drink it, even though I have no prostate issues. That's prevention. Now, the simplest way we could talk about prevention is nutrition. Nutrition is very effective for prevention. Now, nutrition is very limited once you have a serious health issue, which is why most nutritionists can't do much once you have a very advanced health condition. At that point, you need an herbalist to reverse the condition. But nutrition in the beginning is essential. For example, all of my animals and pets, my horse, my dog, my cats, my chickens, my doves, the main secret is good nutrition. And I would say there's a second one too, and that's low stress. We never want to stress out the animal. We never want to stress out the child. And you yourself want to live in an environment, in a lifestyle with low stress. Keeping your stress low is prevention. Now, we're going to talk about diet. Diet is essential. You can't just give these cats cheap old dried cat food and that's it. And they're going to have health problems. So, I buy only like raw meat, raw chicken heart, chicken liver, fish, tuna. I mean, I only give them food grade fish. I mean, human grade fish. So I'm giving them the best food that I can for their for their metabolism and what they need in their life. And a lot of milk. I give cats a lot of milk. And they're very strong. I raise a lot of kittens. Everybody knows I have a lot of kittens here now. You can see them in the window, and they're all very healthy. And I also, the horse too. I give a lot of supplements to my horse. I give him like gallons of oil in the fall to build up his coat and to build up his body for resistance. I give my horse even herbs. I give my dog herbs. I'm preventing fleas and ticks with diatomaceous earth all over my chicken coop and where the animals sleep. I'm trying to keep the pests away from the bedding. All of these things are all being preventive. I'm trying to I don't treat ticks and fleas. I prevent ticks and fleas. I don't take any of these animals to the vet, because if they're healthy and they're doing good, you don't have to. But it all comes down to diet and good food. You can't be cutting corners. I don't spend any money on vets, but I do spend money on good pet food. Even in the feed store, that they have said you have a lucky horse. And they can tell because I'm buying supplements. In the summertime, I'm giving all the animals electrolytes. I'm putting electrolytes in their water outside because it's hot. The ducks, the chicken, the horse, the cat, the dogs, they all have electrolytes. I have them in a big bucket, and I'm putting them around all the where. I'm giving them all fresh water all the time. I'm giving them the best food I can buy. I'm not cutting corners on the food, not cutting corners on the hay. For my chickens, of course, I only get organic chicken feed, and I supplement everything. I never rely on just the main food. This is a big problem people have even with horses here in Texas. They just give them the hay, the coastal type of grass, and that's it. And then this is insufficient. I give them, supplements. I give them oil. I give them brewer's yeast. I mean, a horse, I can make these big batches of supplements. We call it like a feed, where it's got all these vitamins in it and oil, and then I dump more oil in it. Brewer's yeast didn't mix it all up, and he eats it down every day along with his food. Plus, of course, I'm on some land, so he gets plenty of opportunity to graze and eat grass. So the horse is extremely healthy and low stress. That's very important. You can't be stressing out animals. You can't be stressing out your children, because that aggravates all health conditions, lowers your immunity. So what can we do for ourselves? Well, we could take food-based supplements. That's the first starter, not synthetic vitamins. And I gave another podcast on this a couple weeks ago. You should find it. It's called The Difference Between Synthetic Vitamins and Whole Food Vitamins. And of course, I'm meeting patients every day on Zoom. Even I had some early this morning and on my Saturday. And even I think there's somebody booked on my Sunday. So 7 days a week, I'm meeting people on Zoom. And I will say, first of all, nobody's preventive except my mother. That's it. Nobody. And my mother's 89. She's not peeing all night. She has no aches and pains. She has no joint pain. She's a very healthy woman for 89 years old. And that's because she's being preventive, and she's not taking any medication at all. You're trying to prevent the medication. Unfortunately, a lot of people think, well, they're healthy and their blood pressure is okay, but they're on medication. So that disqualifies you as being healthy right there. If you're on any medication at all, you should be trying to prevent being on the medication. But back to that subject of nutrition, I'm surprised how many people are still using synthetic vitamins, which is why I did a whole podcast on the subject of understanding the difference between synthetic vitamins and whole food vitamins. I would not touch D3. I would not touch all these synthetic vitamins that I see in the market, because now it's the year 2024. And for almost the past 10 years, we've had whole food based supplements. Don't be fooled by all these fancy names, nutraceuticals, new science has shown all this. If you look at the ingredients, these are expensive vitamins, synthetic vitamins made of industrial chemicals, and many of them don't absorb in the body very well. A lot of calcium citrate, for example, doesn't absorb very well, doesn't contribute to your bone growth. And there's even adverse side effects of many of these synthetic substances over long-term use. So let's move past the synthetic vitamins. Go watch the podcast and move to whole food supplements. Yes, I'm an herbalist, but I'm taking zinc, D3, and a men's multi every single day to be preventive. But food based. You can just go online. There's the horse. There's our horse. Good looking horse there in the back. See, low stress. See the way he's walking? Very low stress. And you can go online and you can type food-based vitamin C, food-based multivitamin men, food-based multivitamin women. I'm not going to promote any companies here, but there's only about 4 companies making food-based supplements. The majority of them, even the expensive ones, particularly the ones with fancy names, labels, and are high priced on the internet, these are the ones that are still just industrial chemicals being pushed off as being natural. So take some food-based supplements, number one. Now, our host, as you know, is Herbman Teas, and many of the products, or I think all of the products I'm showing you today, are available on Herbman Teas. But I want to show you a natural food-based supplement, building nutritional superfood for depletion, weakness, and low stamina. Now, we do have many of them. This one is, of course, available on herbmanteas.com. But look at that. Wheatgrass, moringa, spirulina, chlorella, beetroot powder, kelp. Those are all food-based supplements. This is super nutritional. And my mother is taking this every day. And, just show you, I practice what I preach. There's my empty glass of mine, that my superfood that I did earlier. I do a different one. Herbmanteas.com. We sell 3 different superfoods. One for Vata, who's thin and light and depleted. One for a Pitta, who's warm and like myself. And then one that's for weight loss nutritional superfood, cooling nutritional superfood, and building nutritional superfood. 3 superfoods. And these superfoods are just all of your nutrients in food-based forms: alfalfa, wheatgrass, moringa, spirulina, chlorella. No, those are real vitamins. That's what I would be taking. And I'm doing both. I'm taking my little multis, there's my little natural D3 right there that I take. Food plant-based D3. I take that every day. I take a zinc. I take a men's multi, and I do my superfood every day. Plus, okay, so that's the first thing you can do. Take nutritional supplementation on top of your diet. Now, of course, I grow vegetables. I'm eating my collard greens. I'm eating my cucumbers. I still have carrots from the fall. Still going right through the winter with double shade cloths and a lot of watering. So I've got some vegetables that I'm growing on my own, and then I can get the rest from farmers markets. So I'm not only am I having nutritional supplementation, food-based, but I'm also trying to only eat, healthy food. That's the next thing you can do to be preventive. Avoid the chemicals. I mean, there's so many people with cancer, and I find out they're still cooking on, nonstick pans. I mean, the news has been out a long time ago. Nonstick pans are toxic, carcinogenic. And I'm getting patients, they have cancer, and then I don't know where they missed the news. How come they didn't get that? Or sometimes people know and they just don't take action. But you need to avoid any chemical carcinogen. Burnt food, microwaves are carcinogenic. I don't touch them. I sometimes just remove them right from the house, like I did in my other house. This house, we just use it as storage. It's like a shelf. We just put food in there. Never turned it on once. Never used it once. And never go out to fast foods and junk food. I mean, I raised my child. I never took him one time to a fast food place. Never once. And now he's an adult. He doesn't go to fast food. I hope. maybe he sneaks in every once in a while. But, I hope not. But anyway, he was very healthy, never had any health problems. I never had to take him to a pediatrician or a doctor his entire life. Once to a dentist. And that was in India. Not to say that I don't check on myself. When I'm in India, I get all my blood work done. And I go see Indian doctors in India, but they're very open-minded. They're not. They're more supportive at food. They're very good. Give you good advice about diet. Give you good advice about food, and they don't. And they accept, of course, herbal medicine because it's part of their culture, and they don't deny you to have, your herbs. So I do go to Indian doctors, but the idea is to do my blood work and look at my blood work as a type of being preventive. I want to see my liver enzymes. I want to see my inflammatory markers. I want to see my LDL, my HDL, and these numbers. Again, to be preventive and to see what's going on. What else can we do to be preventive? Well, you could, like I said earlier, you could live in a healthy environment. You could live in the countryside. You could move away from the city. You could lower your stress. You could do things that are more relaxing and more healthy instead of things that are more stressful. Hard working, successful business people in the city can't be healthy. There's too much tension, too much stress, too much fast pace, too much eating out, too much restaurant food. It's impossible. Now, of course, I have clients, from New York City. There are plenty of clients in New York City and big cities. And yeah, they're all stressed out. They all can't sleep. And they all have plenty of health problems. And they're not going to live as long in that environment. And nobody, let me just say, almost nobody, at least my patients, maybe the people doing preventive care, they're just not coming to me because they're being preventive. But all my patients, nobody's being preventive. And in fact, even when I speak on the subject, the turnout is very low. I just do it because I'm sincere about trying to help people and motivate people to be more preventive. So you don't have to go to the doctor. You don't have to come to me with your incurable health condition that the medical doctor wasn't able to treat. And it's just been getting worse and worse and worse, like ulcerative colitis, for example, or, uterine fibroids. And so being preventive is very proactive, like maintenance with your car. You don't wait until you're on the side of the road with the engine burning up. No, you take it in regularly. You change the oil, you change the oil filter, fuel filter, air filter. You have the mechanic check it. You got to be proactive. You can't wait until the car's on the side of the road. Well, let's see. What could we do? Let me give you a few things that we can do. And again, these are all available on hermanteas.com. And you can, at the end, I'll give you a coupon code, Immune Tea. Now, I promote in the beginning of the winter, everybody should have a cup of Immune Tea. And you can go buy it from hermanteas.com. It's got 3 types of Tulsi, Rama Tulsi, Varuna Tulsi, Krishna Tulsi, plus cinnamon, licorice root, ginger, and some lemon peel. Very nice to prevent the cold. Low seller, not a big seller. The cold and flu tea now, big seller. We'll sell it all through the winter time. People will just start buying it, because they got the cold. And even when they buy it, they got to wait 2 days just to get it, even if we ship it to them. So when they really should have just been having 1 cup of Immune Tea every day through the whole winter. I have patients who did 1 cup of this tea a day and said that was the first winter they can ever remember in their adult life in the last 40 years where they didn't catch the flu or a cold. That's being preventive. Oh, more people should buy it. I'm drinking right now in my Herbman Tea cup there. These cups are for sale on Herbman Tea. Somebody asked me the other day. There's our sponsor, Herbman Tea's paying the bill for this podcast. And every product I'm mentioning now is on Herbman Teas. And what am I drinking in my tea? I'm being preventive. There's my beautiful horse right there in the background. My brain tea right there. Ginkgo, one of the oldest trees in the world, known to improve memory. Brahmi, one of the premier herbs in Ayurveda for your mind, memory, concentration, and even lowering stress. Gotu kola, great for circulation, similar to Brahmi. Sage, Native American Indians had it. It's very healthy. Peppermint's more for flavor. Rosemary's good for the circulation, and cinnamon is good for circulation and taste. A little stevia there. And then the added bonus, the reishi mushrooms. This is a fantastic formula. And we only added the reishi mushrooms in recent times. And my memory's not bad. I mean, my staff think my memory's better than theirs. But I still drink 1 or 2 cups a day. That's my afternoon tea. Why am I doing it? Because I'm trying to keep my memory good. If my memory goes bad, how am I going to do my profession? I'm trying to be preventive. I got to keep sharp. I got to keep my memory going. Another preventive thing that you could do. These are all preventive issues. Anybody over 40 could clean their liver out a little bit. Why wait for the gallbladder attack like my patients? I get probably 2 or 3 people a month who's already getting the gallbladder attack, and then they call. And of course, we know all these herbs are great for thinning out your bile, improving liver function, and getting rid of gallstones. Dandelion root, burdock root, milk thistle root, licorice, yellow dock, turmeric, coriander seed, and some cardamom. Wonderful formula, very rich. And I do probably a bag of this maybe every month or two. It's sitting up there on the counter. It's like, I'll make it every once in a while, but I'm just being preventive. That's all the reason I take this, is just to be preventive. Now, most people take it. Here's another really good one, particularly for children. And I gave my son, and I think this is a really good preventive nutritional product for children. We call it nutritional superfood tea. And it improves nutrition, health, good for children and elderly, tastes good, improves your energy. And peppermint's more for the flavor, but look, alfalfa, that's what the horses live off of. Nettle, probably one of the most nutritious plants in the earth. And then horsetail, we know, is high in minerals and good for the hair. Hibiscus, high in vitamin C. Lemon peel, high in vitamin C. Cinnamon, coriander, just for the flavor, and a little stevia for the flavor. So it's a very tasty tea, but super nutritious. And you can just give it to children, 1 cup a day. Don't wait for your child to have a problem. Feed him good food, cook his food, prepare home cooked food, buy organic food, and give him a cup of nutritional superfood tea every day. If you're a woman and you're having a menstrual cycle, why suffer with this pain and cramping and excess bleeding? By taking herbs, not only can you get rid of your cramping and menstrual symptoms, when I have hundreds of testimonials on that, of women thanking me for having almost no menstrual symptoms until a day before their period. But not only does this tea help with the symptoms, it's helping to support the uterus, helping support the reproductive system of a woman. I mean, we call it moon cycle tea. Before it was called PMS tea, helping with the balance, mostly helping with cramps, calming, improving mood. Red raspberry leaf, that's a uterine tonic. Just drinking raspberry leaf all by itself, tea, has been known around the world through the ages to help women. Passion flowers, calming. St. John's worts, anti-inflammatory, calming, good for the mood. Lavender's good for inflammation, good for the taste. White willow bark's an astringent herb, helping with excess bleeding. Wild yam, donquide, chasteberry are all phytonutrients, and feverfew is for headaches and pain. And black gouache is also a type of hormonal balancing herb, helping mostly with progesterone. So this is very effective, and not only removing all the symptoms and side effects, or PMS, premenstrual symptoms, but you're helping be proactive to keep your female reproductive system healthy, and ultimately keeping fertility at a higher level. So even that is proactive. You're taking care of your reproductive system, not waiting for spotting, fibroids, and other type of no period at all, excess bleeding. Oh, so that's when the women come to me, when they start to have a problem. But probably if they would have had just a couple cups of that tea every month before their menstrual cycle, a lot of these health problems with the menses could be eliminated. Same for inflammation. Nobody cares about a little pain in the beginning. They just wait until it gets worse and worse and worse. Then they'll take painkillers or come to me. But there's plenty of anti-inflammatories available. Now, this one is using boswellia. That's basically frankincense extract. See, frankincense is the first ingredient. People think it's turmeric because it's orange, but that's because frankincense is white. It's way more effective, frankincense. We also put amlaki in there. There is a turmeric. And we also put the curcumin extract of turmeric. Very effective at reducing Inflammation very, very quickly. And inflammation is very damaging to the body. So, you want to take care of all health conditions in the early stages. Now, that's the next piece of advice. The first piece of advice is be preventive and avoid all health issues by eating healthy, eating organic foods, living a healthy life, living a stress-free life, cooking your own foods, not going out, not having junk food, et cetera, and taking nutritional supplements. But the next is catching health issues in the early stage, very fast, not waiting for them to progress. And my animals and myself, we do get the health issues, but catch them quick in the beginning. Nobody notices. They're gone. You sit around and just wait for it to get worse. Even one day, even a cold and flu, you start to feel a sore throat at night. You don't do anything. By morning, it's worse. But at night, you take a couple cups of immune tea. By morning, it's gone. So that's a type of prevention, is catching things early on. Well, folks, I hope that motivated you to eat better, eat organic, take supplements, and take some nutritional superfoods and treat different organs and systems in your body that you think may need assistance. If you're urinating at night, you got a problem with your kidney and the bladder. It may not be kidney failure yet, but it's still not a healthy sign to be urinating at night. If you're not having a bowel movement every day, well, that's unhealthy. I mean, that can lead to all kinds of health problems. Keeping your bowels moving is proactive prevention, not waiting around till you get diverticulitis, or your colon gets ruptured, which has happened for people who are not having bowel movements, for a couple of days in a row. It can be very serious. I mean, people have ruptured colons. Minimum, you're going to create diverticulitis, appendicitis, also coming from constipation. Hemorrhoids are coming from constipation. All kinds of health problems are coming from constipation, but people just don't seem to care. You need to keep the bowels moving. You need to also make sure you're getting to sleep. I didn't bring up, but Herb Man teas, they have relaxing teas, sleeping powders, plenty of things to knock you out at night. These are the essentials: the eating good, healthy bowel movements, and sleeping good. Taking care of those three every day is prevention, not waiting until the health problem comes. Once again, let's thank our sponsor, herbmanteas.com, where all those products are available on the website, herbmanteas.com. And you can get a discount there on top of any existing discounts by using the promo code podcast10. Okay? Podcast10 when you go to herbmanteas.com, and you'll get an extra 10% on any sales now, because usually there are some sales going on at any one time. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. I hope this enlightened you, motivated you, inspired you to take better care of your health, your children's health, your partner's health, and other people's health in your life by being proactive, preventive, not waiting until the health problem comes. All right. Thank you very much. God bless you all.